Greetings, brothers and sisters. I'll start off here with Hillaria, but I'm going to get into Will Smith. It's going to be a lot more, I think, savage than I was in other videos. I don't know. See how it goes. But that's how I think it's going to be. And this is Hilaria Baldwin. So here, she said, I don't know, March 4th, I'm going to take a break from social media. And then she comes back and she's pregnant again with her seventh child. She comes back and she's pregos. After many ups and downs over the past few years, we have an exciting up and a huge surprise. Another Baldwinito is coming this fall. That's a word that only people from people who grew up as a white girl in Boston, who are actually Spanish on the inside, know what that means. Is coming this fall. We were pretty sure our family was complete, and we were beyond happy with this surprise. I'm sharing with you the moment we told our kids. As you can see, they are super excited, and it's like super fake. Still good to be true. Playing this annoying song, I'll mute that. And their kids, oh, look at, they're all hanging, oh, woo, yeah, woo. Yeah, woo, yeah. It's like, who's holding the camera? And it's just everything that she does is so contrived and fake. And there's Alec over there. And so many people sent me some sort of notification about this. That kid right there, this kid's an aspiring Baldwin. And that's Hilaria. So she takes a break from social media and she comes back pregos. Big announcement, and she's getting lots of attention. Hoping that all this stuff to do with her husband goes away. Alec isn't being featured here. He's in the background there. Kind of bummed, kind of old. Kind of wow, kind of now. Charlie. And then they took a lot of this. Look, she's smothering that baby for some reason. Like, just, baby doesn't care, right? Baby's barely conscious. Get a close-up of everybody. There you go. Fade in for Alec and the other baby that was just born. One was to a surrogate. And so now they got, 7? And that's Hilaria. This is Alec's Instagool. Alec hasn't been talking lately. He finally learned. This is what he said about the Oscars. I'm not reading much about how or even if the producers attended to Chris, but I love Chris Rock. I love you, Chris Rock. I'm sorry the Oscars turned into the Jerry Springer show. Your life is a Jerry Springer show. How long before Alec shows up on Maury with paternity tests? And so somebody sent me a meme, and the person said Alec just settled a lawsuit where he slapped a guy, and he's accusing the Oscars of being the Jerry Springer show. Alec has lived a Jerry Springer life. And here, one other thing I noticed. Mostly a picture of his kids. And then this picture, right? This is his headshot. A conversation with Rick Goldsmith. The thing about Alec is he's fading fast. We've seen the lines under his eyes and things in various videos. And he's just gotten old. And, he's 63. And, at my age, like I could be a grandfather. But a father to a young child, right, a baby, toddlers take so much energy. Toddlers take, again, these guys got maids and servants and stuff, but still, there's a lot of energy that goes into dealing with little children. Toddlers up to the age 6 or 7, they got 4 or 5 of them, right? I had that experience when I was younger, and it's draining. Of course, we didn't have the support system and all the things that sucked about my ex. But, it's very draining. And, longevity is a part of my family's genetics. 3 of my 4 grandparents lived past 90. The other one, he was probably the healthiest, strongest of all of them. He went 2 world wars. He died of lung cancer because of lifestyle and working as a fireman with no oxygen mask, right? But he easily could have lived into his 90s. His wife lived to almost 100. She was like 99. and both my parents live past into their 90s, and all my brothers and sisters, people look at them, and me and think we're younger than we are, right? And so, I'm, I think 7 years younger than Alec Baldwin. And this is, I couldn't imagine, this is his wife reading a book. I think that's his wife. It's Hillaria. And so, he's not going to be around when these kids are in their 20s, right? He's going to be, at best, a shell of he's kind of a shell of himself now. But anyways, enough about Alec Baldwin. Let's go to Will Smith. And so this is Will Smith Instagool. And there's a part of the apology I want to make the centerpiece of what I'm talking about here. A bunch of Will Smith stuff to get to, Jim Carrey stuff. I'm going to go in hard on all these Hollywood shills. But he says here, I am a work in progress. And I thought about that after I made the video. And I should have paid more attention to this. So the rest of us are perfect, but he's a work in... What is he talking about? I'm a work in progress? What? You're not perfect yet? Like, like this is something people say, regardless of the fakeness and how fake he is and how he's living a life of deception, right? There's things going on. For years they had a, open marriage. He lied about it, and all these rumors in Hollywood about, them having same-sex relationships and things like this. And Will Smith, alluding to this himself. But everything about the guy is fake, right? A deception.
Will Smith had Denzel Washington to thank for consoling him after the slap heard around the world.
He needed to be consoled after fake slapping Chris Rock, right? He needed some consolation.
Before the King Richard star won the Oscar.
See, look, this is him, after the alleged slap and his Oscar hosting ways. There's the slap there, the alleged slap.
Denzel wasn't the only one who showed love to Will after his outburst. Tyler Perry was spotted putting his hand on the Best Actor winner's shoulder while chatting. And Licorice Pizza and Nightmare...
Are they dancing? Are they on Dancing with the Stars?
Alley star Bradley Cooper was also seen during the commercial break, consoling Will by looking straight at him and putting both hands on his shoulders as he...
Freemasonic positions here.
Talked to him. The evening took a turn.
And so, this is Will Smith and his fake smile. Okay, so a number of people sent me this. This is Will Smith making a bald joke on Arsenio Hall.
Do that in this world, man. You can't do that in this world, man. Arsenio, they got rules.
Who is he trying to be here? Like, what is this? Is he trying to be... What is he... He's wearing his hat sideways. Like, who's he... Like... What is he trying to do here?
They got rules. Like, he has a rule. The bass player, he got a rule. He got to wax his head every morning. That's a rule.
The fake laugh.
He follows the rules, man. He follows the rules.
So, it's so fake.
Oh, these are jokes. Come on.
Now he's saying it's just a joke. It's just a bald joke.
Oh, these are jokes. Come on.
So that was, the internet's brutal. Like, if you have as much, promotional material out there as Will Smith does, there's so much, I found that thing about Chris Rock. People remember stuff. Like, people watch this and remembered him making that joke, and they'll find it. Somebody will find it. I find it. Other people find things like this, right? I mean, people remember stuff, and so it always comes back around.
This morning, new indications Will Smith may face consequences for slapping Chris Rock at the Oscars.
Whoa! Did that happen?
Today, the Board of Governors for the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences is expected to hold an emergency meeting where it will likely...
They have an emergency meeting. The Academy Award has emergencies. Emergency meeting, how to deal with the slap. So one thing I want to say before we get into this stuff and the Jim Carrey stuff and, the hypocrisy that is Will Smith, and then just a bunch of other Amy Schumer. There's all kinds of Jada news and her ex-lover. I mean, all these things. It just, everyone wants a piece of this story, right? Like everyone wants a some spotlight. And, you know, I've been doing this for a while, and there's an arc of a story. And so this was the dominant story the day after, right? The day after, you know, Hillaria Baldwin's story is like, you know, a little bit of a nugget that's going to come and go today. But this thing has got a little bit of staying power. And there's going to be, you know, now consequences from the Academy, and people are debating it, and, you know, people are talking about it. And it's probably got about a week's worth of, before you see all the headlines disappear and people stop talking about it. Like, a story can be eclipsed by another more significant story. But, you know, like I said, I do this for, you know, while living, and I will watch the news, and I see how these stories happen, and nobody cares in a week, right? And lots of people in the truth community are debating with their, you know, other people in the truth community or people in their lives that whether this is fake or not. You know, who cares? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, everything about Will Smith is fake. Everything about Hollywood's fake. And, you know, it's just, I mean, at this point, everyone's made their decision, and on which side of the, you know, the truth scale and the, you know, the sheeple scale, the truth seeker, the truth sheeple scale, right? You know, and everyone's made their decision. It really doesn't matter. But right now, the Academy Awards are holding a secret emergency meeting to figure out what they're going to do about the alleged slap.
Decide on whether to punish Smith.
Nobody is okay with what happened. Nobody.
No, I'm totally okay. I'm psyched about it. I've been covering Will Smith for years, and, you know, I've talked about all this stuff that's coming out now. And more of it, they'll get to it here.
Nobody.
Whoopi Goldberg is on the board. She says she does not
She's in an emergency meeting right now. Whoopi's on the board.
believe Smith's Oscar should be taken
How is she on the board?
away from him. But on The View yesterday, Goldberg suggested Smith does need to be punished.
There are
Punished. She needs punishments.
consequences.
Yeah.
There are big consequences.
There has to be.
There's got to be there's got to be some big consequences.
Comedy legend Jim Carrey also weighing in, criticizing the standing ovation Smith got when he accepted his Oscar just minutes after assaulting Rock.
I was sickened. I felt like
Jim Carrey was sickened. Remember that time when Jim Carrey, that period of time when Jim Carrey, people cared about what Jim Carrey said? Yeah, neither do I. Go make a funny face and pretend to be Fire Marshal Shill.
Hollywood is just spineless, en masse. If you want to yell from the
They're spineless.
audience and disapprove or show a disapproval or say something on Twitter or whatever, you do not have the right to walk up on stage and smack somebody in the face because they said words.
They said words. Look at Jim Carrey. Words of wisdom. Let's talk about Jim Carrey for a second and then come back to this. Jim Carrey made a documentary on Netflix. It was so pretentious. Jim and Andy, The Great Beyond, and it was about how Jim Carrey became Andy Kaufman. Like, he did this method acting thing where he literally channeled and became him. At the end of it, this is what he says, right? This is, what he thinks. Well, let's just watch it here.
I wonder if I could do that with other people.
He wonders if he could do this with other people, right? And then he says this.
I wonder what would happen if I decided to just be Jesus.
And he looks in the camera like, yeah, like an actor could pretend to be Jesus and become Jesus. And that actor is Jim Carrey. Only a shameless Hollywood actor, professional faker, could think you could become Jesus by playing him in a role, right? Maybe if I got cast as in a movie as Jesus, I could become Jesus, right? Just like I became Andy Kaufman. Like, just like listen to the guy. This MNF here is going to call Hollywood spineless. Hollywood is slime, and you're a big part of the slime, right? So Jim Carrey had a girlfriend, Catriona White, who committed suicide, right? And she was an Irish girl, and the thing got messy. Jim Carrey was at her funeral. He was one of the pallbearers at the funeral here, and There's all these conflicting stories inside the controversy surrounding the death of Jim Carrey's ex-girlfriend. Jim Carrey sued over former girlfriend's suicide by her ex-husband. Did Jim Carrey lie to his late ex-girlfriend about STDs? Jim Carrey claims girlfriend had STDs before they dated. Jim Carrey alleges his late girlfriend forged STD results to extort him in bombshell filing. And so what this is about is the ex-husband says Jim Carrey gave her the drugs that she killed herself with. And then there was a ruling that the girl tried to extort him. But there's, this story out there, right? And at least Jim Carrey has some slime on him. Like some of this has to do with him, right? And so, Jim Carrey is like not above Hollywood. Like he's a part of it.
Both Carrey and Goldberg also expressing concern for Smith.
The reason people got up and went over to him because I think a lot of people thought, oh my God, is he having a break? Do we need to get him out? What do we need to do?
He has, Will Smith has been crazy for a long time. Now he's hidden it by that goofy laugh and being really positive and extroverted and being one of these sort of happy all the time. You meet people like this who are kind of happy all the time, but they're awkward and they're, self-conscious and they laugh when things aren't funny, and they're happy when they shouldn't be, and they have trouble dealing with like real life. They're always uncomfortable. And Will Smith himself called himself a fraud. Let's just play that again, right?
I don't want to do any of this. I'm finished with the best shape of my life.
Of course he wasn't, because, he's a liar.
What you've come to understand as Will Smith, the alien annihilating MC.
The alien annihilating MC, right? This, like even when he's trying to be honest, he's dishonest and fake.
The bigger-than-life movie star is largely a construction, a carefully crafted and honed character designed to protect myself, to hide myself from the world, to hide the coward. Damn.
So even when he's sort of having a revelatory moment, he sucks, right? Like everything about him sucks and everything about him is fake. Like he's so, he's not a real creation. Like he just, like all these actors and Hollywood people, they're always morphing themselves to pretend to be something else. Like that character he played when he was on Arsenio. They're just fakers. All they do is fake and try to be something that they're not, right? Externally, and then they don't develop anything internally. So even when he's, having this moment, this moment here in this trailer to promote another crappy, internet show that he's on, he's fake, right? And on top of that, he's got sort of a dominant personality. Like he appears to be funny and, easygoing and all these things. But there's been weird stuff for years. Like he really likes to make out with his sons. Multiple times you can see he kissed his sons on the mouth, something his teenage son was running away from. We'll show the Ellen clip. This is his other son from his first marriage. And he's forcing the kid. Kid's squirming, doesn't want to be with him, doesn't want him to kiss him, but he does it anyway, right? He's constantly doing that. He likes to kiss his kids on the mouth. He talks about it in, various places, including here.
And I understand that you purposely try to embarrass Jaden as much as possible when you're there.
I wouldn't say, does it fit? I mean, maybe.
Let's take a
And not that, it's a way of controlling and being dominant. It's like he's mounting, he's very much got to be the dominant. You see this when he had a birthday party on his YouTube channel. It always has to be the center of attention. Watch Jada's face when Will's having his birthday party. Or maybe it's somebody else's birthday party. But either way, I think it was his daughter Willow's birthday party. So here he is. It was Jaden's birthday party. He also celebrated Willow's and other his like they were just his was bigger than the rest, right? But this is his YouTube channel, and 80% of this thing is him and him talking, right? And so, I was covering his YouTube channel quite a bit when it first came out because they promoted the crap out of it, and like you weren't pushed out by popular media, but you had to invade social media. Like, it goes against everything that, to me, what's great about YouTube and social media is that celebrities are they have their place and CNN has its place, but then they realized they had to get into it as well, right? And he did it in typical Will Smith fashion. But here he is drunk, but he's always really loud, right? He's always yelling and, in sort of appears to be a jovial mood. And so it's disarming, but it's, crazy, right? This is somebody who has to always be the center of attention. And whenever you see him, he's always, he's the center. Like, he's always got to make himself the center of attention.
Story. This is a really important story. No, it's like having Christmas and not telling the story of the nativity. That's what I'm gonna.
That was Jada staring at him like, he wants to talk about the conception. Look at her. He has a verse on Jaden's Icon. Jaden had a hit rap song called Icon, and Will had to sponge in on it. Like, he couldn't let his son just have his own moment, right? So he wrote a rap, and he talked about conceiving the children, and he said tequila, like he needed tequila. And I'm like, I think you mean Viagra. Like, that to conceive children with his wife, he needed tequila. Like, so this is Will Smith's video. It says, "I could not resist. This track is ridiculous. Congratulations, Jaden." So Jaden had his own hit rap song. Imagine any other celebrity, or any kid, and they have some success, and their parent who has success in the same thing has to show up and, make themselves the center of attention, right? Like, this sums up Will Smith in every possible way.
You was born from an icon living.
You was born from an icon living. That's the sort of the hook on his song.
Messed around, married me an icon living.
He messed around and married him an icon living, and then what happened?
Tequila, then we made some icon children.
Tequila, and then we made some icon children. This is his son from a previous marriage, but he still makes out with this guy too. This happens. We all know this dude. And Jaden, he's got some kind of weird Jesus thing going on. But Will is basically saying he couldn't have banged his wife without tequila or Viagra, whatever, whatever tequila is a code word for, right? Artificial insemination.
That's what I'm gonna do next year. I'm gonna make the little house with the scene about Jaden was conceived. It's gonna be like a little villa. It'll be a villa. It's like in Mexico. There's Jose Cuervo tequila.
They've told that story a number of times. Like, he's proud of it. Talks about it all the time, right? And so, hey, son, you weren't conceived in love. I had to be drunk to bang your mom, but, without tequila, you wouldn't exist, right?
Thoroughly probed. Got in there and got to the real stuff. Alex probed me. Sex, like once you've had sex, you walk different. It's in your back. Only a man knows what a man needs.
You ever made love to a man? No. You want to?
No, sir.
Definitely don't look nerdy. You got some sexy vibes going. It's not nerdy.
And from that point, I never put profanity in my rap music.
Oh, what a lovely story. That is sweet.
Over the place. Willow, you can't cut. How you gonna cut Jaden's cake?
I wasn't gonna cut it.
Jaden's cake. You newfangled kids break all the birthday rules, man. Come on. We're gonna have our first drink together. What are we gonna drink?
Woo! He's got an alcohol problem.
All right, so I'll tell you something my father told me on my 21st birthday.
Okay.
Never break 2 laws at one time.
What is going on?
Because you increase your chances exponentially of getting caught for both.
Totally.
Reach for the stars.
That's deep wisdom,
Yeah,
right?
it really is.
So only break 1 law at a time.
Yeah, facts.
Again, like, this is him, and like Will has to be the center of the whole thing, right?
Like, wait, Jada! Jada, come on!
And she's pitching her red table talk gear.
It's cold.
Nobody told you to wear flip-flops. Go put some pants on. I'm sending the boy out in the world as the.
She's like, just shut up. She's cold. Can we freaking cut his cake? You gotta do it. You gotta suck up more attention, right? Like you haven't had enough attention as a fake, horrible rapper and a bad actor. You gotta suck up more energy, right?
Man, but yeah, man, I'm really proud of you.
Okay, so but this whole thing, if you go through the beginning, there he is here talking to Jaden. Here it's all him, right? It's Jaden's birthday thing, some kind of thing he's doing. Here he is over here. I'm just flipping through it. Here he is again. There's some kind of present. Here he is. He's just here, everywhere. He's yelling at these guys to come over. There they are chilling. The young people are chilling over here. And Will's like, hey, I'm not the center of attention.
It's cold out here. Yo! Jaden! Yo, come be 21, man! Yo, dude.
And so, everything's about, like, centers around Will and his, like he's constantly needs attention. He's always loud. The loud and the laughter and the fake laughter and, his, like, insecurities, like they dominate his interactions, right? Like he's just louder than anybody else and whatever's going on. And he's just, controlling and sucky. And he's, Will Smith. And Jaden's just like, Jada Smith's just like over him. Like she just can't stand him. You can see her expressions. Like the expression she gave Chris Rock, she gives for Will Smith all the time.
Yeah. I love him, Ellen. I love him.
And so, it's a weird thing he's doing here. Ellen's encouraging this, right? It's funny, well.
When you have kids and you love them and you're proud of them, you just want to kiss them in their mouth sometimes.
So then the audience is cheering this. This is way worse than slapping Chris Rock. Kissing his son on the mouth. And, the kid, saying no to him and squirming away.
All the time. A lot. It happens quite a bit.
Yeah.
It happens a lot. Like, this is sexual abuse and just weird dominating stuff.
Feel like a hug? Yes.
He's got him in a headlock.
Do you feel love or do you feel assaulted?
He's very dominant like this. He's often, he's just messed up psychologically. He's a messed up dude. Like he's effed up. And, has been for years. And he's been managed and handled and, he's an actor. They're just a faker and they just fake everything. But they're always just this close to, flip it out. All these actors, right? Just flipping out. And then they have these Freemasonic rituals they do. Here he is doing the hidden hand. It's a Freemasonic gesture, right? And he's doing it, at the Oscars, because of course he is. This is, a ritual. Jada, can't wait to see you in G.I. Jane 2, The Rock. So this was a good meme. Why did the Oscars audience give Will Smith a standing ovation? Here's one theory. Is the theory that these Hollywood celebrities and the people that worship them that are attending the Oscars are basically soulless shills that, don't know right from wrong and don't know what to do in social circumstances. And if something happens out of the ordinary, they just do what everyone else does. Is that what it is? Or was it because someone put the applause light up? Jada Smith shares cryptic first message after Will Smith Oscar slap. This is the season for healing, and I'm here for it, right? After you gave that expression that triggered your husband, again, it's not that it's real, right? But they're all going to end up on the red table. One of those crappy episodes of the Red Table Talk. August Alsina chose peace after Will Smith Oscar slap. And so this guy who was, basically dating Will Smith's wife, they would go on family vacations together, and Jada and him were together, and Will had whatever dude he was dating or whatever he was doing, right? And so he was pals with Jaden Smith. He was Jaden Smith's friend. They were hanging out, and he started banging his mom. Everybody in the family was allegedly cool with it, and Will Smith went along with it, right? I mean, didn't have a problem with it. But, Chris Rock's joke was just cross the line. Choose peace, trusting the life's intricate puzzle pieces are all forming together for the greater good and mastering of the seasonally, sometimes chaotic nature of your life's art piece that's being formed and painted by birthing life to your eternal masterpiece. Now I remember this guy. He talks like this, and he wears sunglasses and all this stuff. But he was, he whined about the way he got treated and dumped by Jada. Sheriffs visit Will Smith's home after star slaps Chris Rock. Amy Schumer says Kirsten Dunst was in on Oscar seat filler joke. I wouldn't disrespect the queen. Let's see Amy Schumer's monologue in the joke here. She's apparently going to talk about being traumatized in a moment.
There's like a different vibe in here.
She's joking about the alleged slap.
Probably not. Well, anyway, okay.
He's laughing it off, right? He's just so freaking fake.
Okay, the gaffers, the camera people.
Just the way that she presents herself as a speaker, she's pulling her own hair out, right? Like she's a hair puller. Like they're all psychologically damaged in some way. I mean, more so than the average person.
The seat fillers, everybody, all right? And so what the seat fillers do, I hear you, seat fillers. I'll just explain what you do. So when you get up to go to the bathroom, or if you're going to cry because you didn't win,
or you get fake slapped, or you fake slap somebody.
Oh my God. Actually, you know what? Let me just show you what the seat fillers do. Okay, here's a seat filler. Can we get you up, honey? You want to go to the bathroom? Okay. Let's just get you. Thank you, seat fillers.
And so this was staged, much like the Will Smith thing was staged.
Love them. Jesse, I loved you in Power of the Dog.
So take a look at this, right? First she says, the way she said, Power of the Dog, like she's saying it funny.
I loved you in Power of the Dog.
In an odd way, trying to make something that's not funny, right? And then she's like sexualizing by the way she's holding the microphone and her mouth. And look at the women behind her because it's not funny, and they're all in the camera shot, so they have to, pretend like she's hilarious. They're all actors. It's fake laughing, right? She's trying to, make something that's fundamentally unfunny and awkward through proven comic techniques that everyone knows don't work, right? And then trying to sexualize it.
That was my wife, Amy.
You're married to that seat filler?
She's disrespecting your wife, bro. Maybe you get Will Smith to slap her. Like, it's just so fake, and it's,
Oh, that's That's weird. Anyway, we want to take a moment to congratulate our governor's awards on.
And so apparently people believe that actually happened. Kirsten Dunst whined about never getting acknowledged or awards. So she was nominated for something, because that's how you get awards, by whining in the Oscar land, or whatever she'd had to do to get, nominated. And so, that obviously was fake. And so this is what Amy Schumer said. Amy Schumer addresses the controversy. Hey, I appreciate the love for Kirsten Dunst. I love her too. That was a choreographed bit. She was in on it. Wouldn't disrespect that queen like that. Too many queens. All of a sudden, everyone's a king or a queen, right? Like, it's just, no, you're not royalty, and being royalty sucks, or being a royal person is a bad thing. Royalty is, racist is very hard, right? I've talked about that before. Royalty means you're superior just based in your blood. And kings and queens that do horrible things. They're just, So everyone wants to be a king or queen, or everyone's a king or queen. Everyone's a goat, right? Like, just stop it. It's not, you don't even know what you're saying. And then there's this. Amy Schumer still triggered and traumatized by Will Smith's Oscars slap. But she made a joke about it. She tried to be funny about it, but she was triggered and traumatized. I think we can all agree the best way to unpack what happened is to stream my series Life and Beth Hulu and see me on my tour this fall. But for real. Still triggered and traumatized. I love my friend Chris Rock. I believe he handled it like a pro. Stayed up there and gave an Oscar to his friend Questlove, and the whole thing was so disturbing. I was still in shock and stunned. I'm proud of myself and my co-host, but yeah, waiting for the sickening feeling to go away from what we all witnessed. Wow. For industry that puts out satanic, violent and abusive content on a regular basis, disturbing images, and just materialism, and just so much ickiness and evil, and this thing traumatized them.
And there's a genocide going on in the Ukraine, and women are losing all of their rights. And now, please welcome last year's winner and trans people for actor in a leading role, Anthony Hopkins.
And sad dumplings. All right, so there's these comments, funny comments that I have been meaning to read. So let me go through those, and I can wrap this thing up. Just brutal. Like Hollywood, just, whenever I attune to Hollywood for a long period of time, like this is like, I don't know, 3 days. I mean, something like this, some fake event. It's all over the news. It's everywhere. And, at some point, like I said before, there's a shelf life to these things, right? At some point, the story dies and everything, moves on to something else. And the truth is never, the fact that the guy made out with his sons and has been weird and, disturbed for years, just like all these Hollywood celebrities. And now they're focused on some, fake theatrical event, like as a defining moment, some, arbitrary punishment they're allegedly going to give to the guy. But let me see if here's something. This person. This channel is interesting. It is someone who claims all these celebrities are evil and fake, but can't stop paying attention to them for a single day. Right? You cracked the code. You saw through me. Coming from a person, there's so many comments like this that they apply to the person, right? They apply to the writer of the comment. That, that they're saying that, I can't stop paying attention to them for a single day. That means they're watching me every day, right? You're watching me watch celebrities. But I've said this before. I feel like I've had to, that I was ordered by God to cover celebrities to make this channel, financially viable and reach more people. Because I want to talk about spiritual things. That was the first intention of this channel was to document my family and I transitioning into doing homestead, being normal sort of suburban people who are now trying to learn how to be homesteaders. And then there was some spiritual stuff, but I didn't make celebrity videos for the first 6-7 years, and I didn't even have a TV and really wasn't on the internet all that much back then, right? And so, I have never been into the celebrity culture even as a kid, but when I'm into it or when I have to talk about it, I mock it because that's, how I feel about it. But this channel, whatever, I've talked about this before. But this is the hilarious comment. So there was a point in my video, I think the second video, where it might have been the first video I made about Will Smith's slap. Well, either way. And it said that there was a bunch of, this must have been the second video. So there was a bunch of people who were, related to, like one was Will Smith's publicist, and some of the people worked for the Academy Award. And one of them was named Will Packer. And I made a joke that was Will Smith's nickname. So I'm just giving you the backstory. If you're going to do these videos, you should really do research on the people you're making money off of. Will Packer is a complete different person from Will Smith. And Tiffany Hardish is not married, nor does she have kids. #hypocrite. How am I a hypocrite, right? You're saying I didn't do proper research into my celebrity subjects because I didn't know Will Packer was a completely different person, right? That's not being a hypocrite. That's just being lazy. But it was a joke, and it just went over your head because you're stupid, right? And you're like commenting when you don't know what's going on. There are these people that come into this channel and they have no idea what I'm talking about or what we believe. And they start, announcing reality like they're experts. And they just look really stupid, right? I mean, I see these comments all the time. I don't get to attend to them enough, but, So the other thing about Tiffany Hardish, because I said, because she said it was the greatest thing ever, right? That Will Smith slapping Chris Rock was the greatest thing ever, and that she was left unprotected. And, when men stand up for their women like that, she just applauded it. And so I was making reference because I thought that possibly she had kids. I knew that she was married. I thought she was still married. And I actually looked up her husband to see if she was married. And it said her husband, but it didn't say they were divorced. But they were married twice. They remarried and divorced again. But anyways, I said, I think maybe she has kids. And if she did, wouldn't that be your greatest day in your life or something else, right? Getting married? No, Will Smith slapping Chris Rock at the Oscars is the greatest thing ever, which, was just a mocking, like light mocking. And then saying she emasculated her husband, saying that she, didn't have a man who stuck up for her because I thought she was still married. But this person thinks they got me, right? Because I didn't do proper research on Tiffany Hardish, who, was just a little subcategory of the bigger picture of this video, right? So this is a wonderful comment. I lost it. Here it is. And so this person writes, Fresh Prince wasn't crappy. Why be a hater every day of your life? I don't have anything to say here. It speaks for itself. It's just really funny on its own. This video would be so much better without you talking and laughing. Just shut up so we can watch and listen to Mr. Gupta. Jeez. This is the video I made where Sanjay Gupta dropped the skull. He was holding a skull when Bob Saget, he was demonstrating how Bob Saget's skull got smashed. And this person literally said on my channel that life would be better. And I know some of you guys are going to feel the need to comment. You don't have to. And say you'd rather listen to me than Sanjay Gupta. You don't have to say it. I get comments a lot like this from people that I interrupt. That's what I do here. Plus, sometimes there's copyright issues, so I have to, break up the clips. Those are reasons I have to do it. And they want the whole clip, and I'm like, what, you cannot search and find this? If I found it, you should be able to find it, right? So are you that, remedial of a computer user that you can't find a clip that I am commenting on, find the same clip, and watch it without me, like, go somewhere else. You're not welcome here anyway. I'm not, like, you're obviously not on the level of what is presented here. And so go somewhere else, for the love of God, right? This video would be so much better without you talking and laughing. Just shut up and so we can watch and listen to Dr. Gupta. Jeez. I forgot the G's. Jeez. This person's so upset they said jeez. There's two unrelated comments, not to the Will Smith thing. But I want to put them in here. I got to delete all these things. These are, anyway. Oh, I get it. This is to me. Why Bob Saget married Jodie Sweetin, doppelganger, and I guess I did some stuff on Biden. Oh, I get it. You're a Putin apologist. And then hashtag Slava Ukraini. Apparently I'm a Putin apologist to this person because I was apologizing for Putin, or it's just that you're too stupid to know what I'm talking about. Like, I'm sure that whatever I was saying went over your head. Here's another one on Bob Saget I've been waiting to do. This is from a while back. This is John Stamos' bizarre Bob Saget eulogy. And this person, I simply found your laughter insulting. My laughter at Bob Saget. I insulted you by laughing at Bob Saget. Well, maybe you should look into some like counseling or something, right? Because that's fucked, right? I simply found your laughter insulting. You are laughing at a dead man, and though he was in entertainment, number one, knows what his real life entailed 100%. No one knows. I'm sorry. No one knows what his real life entailed 100%. The person wrote number NO1 because they couldn't spell out no one. And so, you're lazy. I just found this video in poor taste. Not that I'm a big fan of his, but you found it insulting. But I didn't hate him either. But I do find videos like this one deplorable, but that's just me. Not that I think you will care or have any conviction for making it. That's the big point right there. I don't care, right? Well, I mean, it's fun. Like, I'm glad you left this comment, so I guess I care that, I can make fun of you now, and maybe you can feel personally insulted by me making fun of your comment, right? You do-gooder. Like you have no problem at going and just, like, this is insulting to me, even though I'm not taking it as that, right? Judging me, leaving a hostile comment to me, but somehow me, making fun of a dead guy who's dead, and his family who has exploited every possible opportunity to, get attention for themselves. I mean, not his kids, but his ex-wife, right? And John Stamos. But anyways, like these people who come in and are insulting to the creator of the video, me in this case, right? And then they're, offended that I am insulting to other people. Like, I at least know I'm an asshole, right? I at least know that what I'm saying is like not cool and not kind. Like, I'm not deluding myself like I'm some wonderful, nice person, right? Like, I don't, But this person is trying to be nice. But then them saying, not that you think or will care or have any conviction. Of course, then why leave a comment, right? From making it, not that it matters to you what I think. Again, you're right on. Why leave a comment? Like, I don't care what you think. Well, I do in the sense I can make fun of it, right? But I'm not, like, looking for your advice. I say all the time, I don't have a complaint department, and this isn't your opportunity to critique my video. Like, I'm just going to ban you because you are, under the delusion that people care what you think and that you're some sort of critic. I mean, that's what most people leave these types of comments, and there's a whole slew of them that do, that think that their critique somehow has value when it doesn't, right? I mean, I don't think my videos, some of them have more value than others, but, like you have an inflated idea of your opinions, right? Not that it matters to you what I think. Same as what you think matters not to me. Well, it does because you just left a comment, right? And you were insulted at my laughter and my video. Like it mattered enough to you for you to leave a comment. Like you just could have stopped watching and left. I believe the creator wants us to be more empathetic and compassionate, or stay STUFU. Shut the fuck up, right? The person just said, I believe the creator wants us to be more empathetic and compassionate, right? And then told me to shut the fuck up. Wow, your compassion, your empathy is just radiating out of this comment. This is just some great classic comments here. And so I made a video a while back about Haley Bieber on my other channel. And I always call him Justin Bieber and Haley Bieber. And then this person wrote, why do you go out of your way to intentionally mispronounce his name? I have no answer for that other than I find it hilarious when I add S's or mispronounce names. Or at least funny. I don't know. At least amusing. And so I guess the answer would be because it brings me joy, right? Just like making fun of dopes, right? So, another quality hard day of work. Accomplishments here. This is Paul Romano, definitely reporting from the Apocalaughs and the Ascension. Everyone have a blessed day and be grateful.